doesn't really connect as well as it did on the balance campaign. And sorry, there's going to be a lot of noise in the background. But what they were trying to say was, like, they're trying to figure out why. And one of the reasons were, like, trying to drive narrative too hard.
Right.
So I think that we're doing good by creating that dynamic, and it's making a better, like, a storyline overall.
Right. I haven't been trying to push you guys along too hard, really. I've just been kind of letting you guys go as you need to.
And they made a good point on that podcast. I thought was really interesting about like getting to know your character and character exploration instead of trying to have everything figured out about them at first. And that's something I've definitely felt out about Cella. Like I imagined her very different and played her a lot different in the beginning, and I've like settled into a little bit more of a light-hearted, like group-friendly dynamic with her. And some of that's just that it's like adapted better for like the campaign and like the group dynamic. But some of it's also that I think that like Cella is changing over time, and so that's been really fun. And I thought that they had good things to say about that, about character exploration.
Yes. Well, it really does play out similar to how, like, say you're writing a story or writing a novel, and I've heard about this a lot, where authors will have a character, and they're going to go through, but as it develops, as they write this character out, they realize that the outline they had, the story they had in mind, isn't going to work because that's just something the character wouldn't do now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it kind of just changes and develops as you actually, explore the character, as you said. Yeah.
Yeah, I can totally see that. Like I imagine Cella being a loner, and what Cliff would say. Is that his name? Wait. Clint. But Clint was saying about how he imagined Argo being a loner, and then quickly realized like that wasn't going to make for a good group dynamic, and he kind of adapted. Like that's definitely something that I went through with Cella. So, and I feel like Effie's also kind of a loner who has melded well into the group and not been like too stoic or quiet or distant.
Right.
Yeah. I liked the idea of like the dynamic of acting versus playing something close to your heart, like something that, like playing a caricature of yourself versus acting. And I think that Braundir would be a caricature of myself, but Drakkar would be like something fun for me to act. And I actually really enjoyed that because I didn't feel like I had to think as hard, not as like,
right.
I don't know, because I'd put so much weight and sweat into making Braundir that when I made Drakkar, I was like, I just want this to be a fun character, and I really miss playing him. And I really miss that campaign a whole lot.
Yeah.
But I was thinking that might be my birthday present from you, Jet, is that you put together a one shot, and then like,
that's awesome.
I've been
I'm so flattered.
I have been scheming up a one shot.
Oh yeah, I think.
Oh no!
No, I don't think we have. No, I don't think we have.
I think we have.
I don't think I've heard of a one shot idea coming from you.
Are we all little mice trying to get a big thing of cheese?
No,
close.
But it's really damn close, actually.
That's really funny. Actually, it's so close.
We're all. Everybody is a different type of mushroom.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You have mentioned this before.
I have? Okay, good.
You have. You have.
And the objective, oh God, I can't give it away, but it's so good. Like so the thought is that I would pre-roll of characters, and you would get assigned a character basically, like draw straws kind of thing.
Okay.
And then y'all would meet, and then you would find out each other, like what each other does and stuff. And I wrote down all the different types of mushrooms that we would have, and like what the objective would be and stuff, and it would genuinely be good. Like, I'm pretty stoked about it. So once I really have some time to flesh it out, I think we should
yeah,
we should scheme about it.
Let us know and let's do that one week.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
I wouldn't be opposed to like if you guys have something in mind,
Oh yeah,
I can temporarily give up my forever DM spot.
that's right. I just love to have you in there as a nice little character, and I could see a few of them playing out. You playing them really well. There's one of them that I'm like, ooh, Drew would play that really well.
Nice. Well, don't give away your
Like,
secret.
No, but
Well, you should definitely see me in the other two campaigns where I'm a player, Dio and Darley. It's odd how both of them ended up instantly starting with a D, but anyway,
and your name starts with a D.
right. But
It is fun to roll up new characters. It's been so different playing Cella than it was playing Nahid. They're very different.
yes,
It is
yes.
fun. It is
I
fun.
Brett. I can't get over how Darley, who was just this Goliath hermit that lived in the woods by himself, befriending a bunch of squirrels, doesn't even know how to read.
Nice.
He's the one who ended up basically initiating Ragnarok last session, so
The improbable.
it was very improbable. At this point, he's basically the main character, I guess.
Drew, wasn't your other character the hermit as well in Jess' campaign?
Brendan, he was a sorcerer hermit.
He was a outlander, if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay.
Very similar to a hermit, but not quite the same thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he was
Brendan
a sorcerer.
operated much like a hermit.
That's fun.
Yeah. Dio is just more of a classical paladin, except it's taken to such a degree that he's almost a Don Quixote-esque character, or at least he was when the campaign in Curse of Strahd started, and then like a lot of his party members died, and then he became more real.
That's amazing.
Like before, he was literally, "I'll save you, damsel in distress."
That's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
But the setting, like Curse of Strahd, is extremely dark. Like, basically, you are trapped in a pocket dimension with an almost, basically a demigod vampire that runs the world.
Oh, is that all?
That's all.
I think I remember.
So you have to figure out how to kill him.
Yeah.
It was made in the 70s, and it's been remade many times. It's really popular.
Yeah, you're right. It's pretty
It's
good.
based off of magic cards, right? Is that one?
No, that's Ravnica.
Ravnica's the other one.
That's
You
right.
know, it would be super fun to return to the Honolulu campaign, but I was in so deep. I tried. It was like, I don't know, Drew, if you did this at the beginning of this campaign, but I had so many subplot lines spinning. It was really hard to keep everything going, and it was fun.
Right.
It made for a really rich world, but it was very hard to predict what you guys would do. And so I felt like every session I had to try and imagine out I don't know. I just wasn't super flexible, and now it's really hard for me to imagine how to get flexibility. I guess it's just you get more comfortable over time. But I probably thoughts later and give direction to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, in this case though, like I've built up a decent amount of, world building at least, and I haven't released all of it to you guys, but I do have a decent amount of it going on. But I use that as a base to then kind of improvise.
I think that was the thing, is that I had some really like grand ideas, but they just weren't fully fleshed out. And so I was nervous about you guys like pursuing one thing or another too far in a single session, because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hit a wall because I haven't really thought about what this character wants. I haven't really thought about what this society's objective is.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You have to know
Like
that.
I guess to give you an example, I came up with Eladrin as a character after I introduced him as a character in the campaign, if that makes any
You
sense.
didn't know who he was going to be to us, and then you fleshed it out later.
Exactly.
Nice.
And so then I had in my mind, okay, this is who he's going to be. This is why he is who he is. And just kind of with that as a basis, I kind of use that as, okay, this is how he'd react, this is what he would do, etc.
It's weird. I just saw Brett roll, but I can't see Brett.
Yeah, he doesn't have his camera on. I think he's testing stuff.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But Zach, when's your birthday?
Tomorrow.
What?
No.
Shut up.
No.
Actually,
Zach and I.
What's great about this, Jet, is I share a birthday with somebody special.
That's true. He does.
I share a birthday with somebody special.
That's right.
Birthday.
November 18th.
That's right, yeah.
November 18th, smack in the middle of a 4-month stretch of every 4th day I'm at the hospital for 30 hours.
There you go. So you better love me a whole lot.
Yeah, I have plenty of time to put it together.
Yeah, but
right.
you're off every 4th day too.
That is true. So I work like 30 hours straight, and then I get to sleep the rest of the day, and I'm off the day after that. Like all of you guys were important for the plot advancement.
Yeah.
Well, that's just good. Being a good DM, I feel like.
Down.
Though to be fair,
Kalinar would have died. We can just have him die.
He's like the mermaid prince, though.
The mermaid.
Kalinar had really good scenes.
Yeah, he had.
We had a boon, man.
You had a what?
That was fun.
Drakkar and Kalinar had a boon.
That's right. Oh, I forgot that I gave you guys that.
Yeah.
That's right. He's your buddy.
Can you see and hear me now?
He's your buddy.
That was fun.
Yes, I can see you.
Because you were his hero.
Yep, see you.
Can you guys hear him?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. I went back to Chrome and it works.
Oh, were you using Firefox?
Yeah, but then I realized how many problems that would cause.
Yeah, I've been using Chrome the whole time.
I got Chrome to work though.
Yeah, Jet, your camera's not coming through at the moment.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Internet.
Oh, okay.
I forgot that other browsers existed.
They do. I use Firefox at work.
I use Microsoft Edge at work.
Well, it's better than what it was. They finally admitted defeat and were like, okay, we can't make our own browser based off of our stuff. We're going to use Chrome as a base instead. Fine. That's what Edge is.
Yep, pretty much.
And I don't understand Microsoft's incessant need to have, develop a browser anyway, but whatever.
Well, one of the buttons on my software at work opens a PDF in Internet Explorer. And if you do it, it just crashes the computer.
Of course it does.
But they finally updated it, so now it opens in Microsoft Edge. So now it just takes 10 minutes to load. Instead of crashing the computer, yeah. Now at least it works. It just takes 10 minutes.
Right, yeah. Better.
So I just have to copy the address and then reopen it in Chrome. It works.
Especially if
Right.
you have one of those big documents, Brett, like a 300-500-page document or something.
Yep, because we do those.
Be
Yep.
forever.
You want
Would be
this one?
forever. All right.
All right.
Are we ready to go?
Let's do this thing.
Now, two people here have listened entirely to the last session. So I imagine one of you could I see what you're doing there.
Jeff, I recap all the time.
I'll recap. That is not true.
I do. I recap all the time.
He has recapped, I think, the last couple of times maybe.
All right. Last
Mostly
time.
because he did all the
Wait.
gaming.
Brett, are we going? Are we streaming?
Yeah.
So
Cool.
last time
Go.
we made our way to the dock house where we left the little Sebastians, and important things that happened. Gerbo tried to ride the little Sebastian known as Steven, and was flung wildly from his back, but landed on his feet, which is important. Cella thought briefly about stealing the stable hand Oliver Twist's clothes, and then decided against it. Braundir got angry drunk, and then got happy drunk because he got to tell everybody the legend of how he got his name Blight Chaser in the tavern that night, which was pretty dope. Just to the story, dismembered a giant flesh golem in the town, for which we are now bound, which is in the south of Milan and is known as Abdeus.
Correct.
Let's see. Oh, we met with Valkyra, which is how
You did.
we found out about Abdeus. Cella summoned Valkyra. Valkyra told us two important things. One, that the Wind Temple is in Abdeus, and two, that there is a hag in the Badlands occupying the Earth Temple.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna stop you right there.
okay.
So she is debating whether or not to help other folks that have come from a different plane, to help them take down this hag that's showed up in the Badlands. The Earth Temple, she believes everyone has been killed, and something may have come through the portal there.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
carry
Say
on.
that one more time, Drew, just so I get it.
Okay, so Valkyra was Valkyra's been in contact with folks who have also come from outside the plane, and they've been kind of feeding her information about stuff. And she is right now just trying to decide if she wants to go as part of an operation, essentially, to take out a extremely powerful hag that is currently in the Badlands, in particular at Shadowheart. And the Earth Temple, as far as she knows, everyone is either dead or gone, and something came through the portal which may have caused that.
Got it.
Thank you for clarifying.
That's what I'm here for.
So bad things are happening in the Badlands.
Yeah.
Valkyra might be leaving the Redwoods to go and help fight on that front. Also, Cella got mad at Gerbo for asking about her siblings. We later learned that this hag that Valkyra referenced, in fact, killed Ephelien's brother, murdered him, dismembered him in front of her brutally.
Maybe.
Well,
A hag did. Maybe the same one. Maybe.
It may not be the same.
Ephelien thinks it's the same one, though.
Fair enough.
Mhm.
Yeah, Ephelien thinks it's the same hag that she and her brother were sent to get under control. Who killed her brother? The Fey Queen gave Ephelien like a token of I don't know, sympathy, a rose pin.
Mhm.
Is that right?
Yep.
A winter rose
There's,
pin. Yeah.
And she's still obviously very painful.
Her symbol's a blue. Her symbol's a blue rose, if I remember right. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right.
She's obviously still very pained by this. And when she shared that with Cella, Cella shared that there's a tradition in her coven where every 100 years, 2 children are born on the same day who must at some point fight to the death for leadership of the coven, and that is how her mother died, losing to Valkyra. So, character development happened upstairs, downstairs.
Sure.
Gerbo,
on the second floor, no less.
Meanwhile, Gerbo got really drunk, opened an umbrella, danced on a table, and then jumped on Braundir's back, permanently rending their friendship.
That was it. That was the last
Absolutely
straw.
classic form.
Brandir pinned him to the ground, told him what's what, stormed away.
Uh-huh.
Gerbo had a long, hard think on the floor of the tavern, and Felix and Alexa revealed to both of them separately that they are, in fact, bound to each other for life by their Fey bonds, such that if Braundir is killed, Felix will die, Alexa will die, and Gerbo will die. So if anything happens
vice
to
versa.
any of the 4 of them, all of them will die. According to Felix, if you trust Felix.
Or Alexa also said it.
Yeah.
I suppose this could be an effective manipulation technique on Felix's part.
Could be.
He said in theory, so it's not confirmed, but
That's right. It hasn't happened before, but he has strong reasons to believe that would be the
Fey
case.
being Fey,
I have no reason to believe
trust a
not.
Fey. Can't trust a Fey.
Did I leave anything out?
I don't think you did. You caught
that's
all the
pretty-
relevant stuff,
pretty
including dear old Oliver. I just went ahead and named
Although
him
you
Oliver.
missed the dude in the background.
Oh, the guy
Oh,
who
yeah.
yells at us all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
you did it!
We gotta keep him around.
His character is good.
He ran
that
away.
was so good. Yeah, that was pretty excellent.
And the fact that all the Sebastians are named after everyone who played in our last
Yes.
campaign.
Yes.
And Braundir resisted
perfect.
charm person.
He
Oh,
did.
That was
He did.
a scary moment for me, but
He did
Welcome
resist.
to the club.
It wasn't by much,
Yeah,
but he
I was-
resisted it.
This is just a weekly support group for everyone who's ever been mind controlled by Gerbo.
mhm.
Actually amazing. Actually so true. It really is.
Also, remember, Cella dropped a subtle hint about her backstory. You have to go back and listen carefully to find it.
no ice. Yeah.
About the
Ah,
what?
yes.
You have to go back and listen carefully to find it. I'm not going to say it out loud.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about as well.
With the ice.
Not the
No,
ice.
that was Ephelien's hint.
Right.
Oh, Cella left a hint.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Cello.
Oh,
It's okay.
It's-
We have more time. I'll drop more
Yes.
hints.
I thought it was legit. Oh, it was subtle but cool.
Did you remember it?
Yeah, I remember it. I'm awesome.
Okay. Thank you.
No, I said I'm
So-
awesome. I didn't say it was awesome.
Oh, one last thing. Wow, you're a character already. Incredible.
Yep.
See.
no time.
So, one last thing. So I mentioned, I think we mentioned before that there were new feats available. Did we
Mhm.
mention that?
Mhm.
So, one of those new feats, the Fey Touched. I am going to grant it to both Gerbo and Braundir.
Oh.
Ooh,
What is it?
dope.
Can you send it in the group?
Can I?
Let
see
me
if I can
look.
find
Let me
it.
go back up to. Let's see. Brett sent us that list last week.
Right.
So don't go to edit character. Go to your features and traits page,
Yep.
and then
Yeah, I have the
scroll
feat.
down to a button that says Manage Feeds,
Mhm.
and then add that feed. If you try to do it through your character builder, it won't let you add extra feats you're not supposed to have. But if you do it this way, you can.
Yes.
Manage feats, and then go to. Oh, Fey Touched isn't on here.
You can see it on mine.
Be.
Manage feats.
Yeah, I see it on charisma, intelligence, and wisdom.
Yeah, you get to pick which one you want to boost.
Right.
So you said we add this on top of the sentinel feat or the
Right. So this is extra. This is to symbolize your furthering bonds with the Fae that you have.
What would Felix do for Braundir? How would he compliment Braundir?
I feel like Felix might fall as more of a wisdom character, but depends on what you want.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
And I haven't given
see
Alexa
on mine, it says unavailable feats. It says Fey teleportation, which sounds badass, and I want it. But I don't see under
Fey
my
Touched?
other feats. Yeah, it doesn't say Fey Touched. It says Fade Away, Favored Enemy, and then it goes to Flavored Foe. Flavored Foe. And then it says
Well, Guy Fieri.
Turn it to Guy Fieri.
We're going to Flavor Town.
I'm your new Fae, Guy. I'm Guy Fieri.
Oh my god.
Guy Fairy.
There is a new cooking feat.
A lot in this campaign. We have talked a lot about meat in this campaign, so
Oh my god.
honestly, it's appropriate.
We have talked a surprising amount.
Yeah. Brett, I'm under feats and traits.
That's the guy in the background.
Mhm.
The guy in the
Guy
background.
Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
Oh my god. That's so good. I hit
His name is
manage
Guy.
feats.
Of course, his name is Guy.
Yeah,
I
manage
hit
feats.
manage feats, and then it brings up a bunch of things, but that's not an option. Is
It-
that because of my character?
I don't think so. It should be right under favored foe ranger.
Ooh, that got me. That tickled me.
No, I don't see it right now, but
That's
I
weird.
can figure it out later if I need to.
Oh, you need to go to your character settings and enable Unearthed Arcana.
Yeah, I think you need to do that.
Okay, so where's that at? Sorry.
Click on your character name and go to preferences.
Yeah.
Okay.
And on these little tick boxes, you can turn on all of them on sources.
Right. I turn on all of them except for the Rick and Morty one, but that's mostly out of principle, I guess.
I haven't actually seen any Rick and Morty content on here. I don't know what it
Is it
is.
Really?
Which
Weird.
one did you say I need to? That was the
Unearthed Arcana.
Unearthed is not an option.
Playtest content.
Playtest.
Yep. Okay, got
You
it.
can turn on all of it though if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
turned
could
them
you
all
could turn on all of it. Yeah.
I didn't turn on the Rick and Morty one.
I mean,
Okay,
apparently
I have-
it exists somewhere, but anyway.
Yeah, I have Fey Touched now. I've got it.
Okay.
Okay, there you go. So Fey Touched, if I remember correctly, grants you access to certain spells.
It gives you Misty Step and a first level enchantment or divination spell of your choice.
It's pretty good, actually.
Pretty
Mhm.
good.
The Misty Step especially.
Yeah, it's once per day, but still.
Yeah, I mean, that could come in very handy.
You can also use your own spell slots to cast them too.
Right.
I don't know. I'm in
Alright.
between charisma and wisdom on.
Are either
On
of them
Felix.
odd number?
No, they're both. All of mine are even numbers. But like, I'm trying to think of Felix, like, because I'm looking at the charisma skills, and it's like deception and persuasion, and I feel like that's kind of my first conversation with Felix. Was that?
It was.
Yeah, that's
it
true.
was a lot of persuasion.
And though I'm sure he's wise, but
I have a ton of
Well,
them.
sure.
wisdom's perception,
What? That's so
survival,
funny. That's a rare trait.
insight, animal handling. I don't know.
Yeah, I think charisma is pretty good too.
I'll do that.
Because he's like a leader type, so.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Oh
I
my
mean-
god, there's so many spell options for me to choose.
I picked Identify because we need it.
We need it.
Because I picked that feat as a normal feat. just because
I
it
don't
fits
know
my
any
character.
spells at all. Like I've never looked at a spell book.
Well, you get two
Well,
now.
Now is your chance to learn.
How about I
Oh,
let
God, I'm
the
so excited.
DM
I'm gonna
draft
do
a spell for
Bolt.
me?
I'm
Let's
gonna
see
do.
here.
I'm gonna do Chaos Bolt. I feel like that fits my character well.
It definitely does. Wait. Let's see. I'm gonna go to campaigns and look at.
I'll pull up my manual.
I have +3 charisma now.
Nice.
Sweet. Thanks. That's a great. I love it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's flavorful, and
Yeah.
might as well give you something
Flavor
for
Flav.
this bond, other
There's
than just plot. What?
there's command. There's compelled duel, which I think would be cool
Compelled
for Braundir.
Duel.
There's detect
That's
evil and
fun.
good, detect magic.
That's right. What
Heroism.
Are you, Aaron Burr?
What are you, Evan Burr?
Heroism could be a good one too.
Heroism, yeah.
That's the Hunter's Mark is one. That's the main ones that I see.
Dang, I didn't know you could rage 4 times before you had a long rest. Jeez.
Yeah.
Braundir?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Bane and Bless. I don't know if those fit as
Well,
well. Because you can't hold
no.
concentration while you're raging, so
That's
Right, yeah. But Bane and Bless are really good. But yeah, it wouldn't fit with Barbarian.
Okay, compelled duel, and then what else did you say?
command is a good one.
Command.
If you wanted one that's more of an exploration, out of combat type spell, there's some good ones like detect evil and good, detect magic,
Oh yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah. Let's see. So what's something? Okay, so Braundir, Barbarian, Folk Hero, Bear Person, Fey,
Bear Man.
and Bear Fey.
Command could be awesome, just using bear rage and screeching at somebody. roaring at somebody to give them a command.
Yes.
That one's not
Unspeakable
concentration.
command. To a creature you can see within range, a target must succeed a wisdom saving throw. So the command. Oh, those are the commands: approach, drop, flee, grovel, halt.
That's suggested commands. You can make up your
But
own.
it says you can't hurt them with the command. Like,
Yeah, you can't make them hurt themselves.
Can I make them hurt somebody else?
Yeah.
Watch out, Gerbo.
He just needs you alive. That leaves
That's
him
right.
a lot of room.
It really does. It really does. It's
Put
dangerous.
this man on a bloodletting machine.
Right.
Hideous laughter is one that might fit Gerbo.
Hideous Oh man.
I'm so full of pizza.
Oh, nice.
It was good.
That
Good
was
pizza.
good pizza.
Let's see.
I'm gonna get a drink.
No. Oh my gosh. Shall we continue and let Zach pick his
Oh,
spell?
sorry. Yeah, if we're just waiting on me, then I'll just pick something random and then figure it out later.
Okay. I just realized I am still the aboleth. I need to change that. I am the GM. Anyway. I can impersonate any monster I wish in chat, which could be hilarious, but anyway.
Guy Fey Airy. Oh my god.
That's right. That's right. That is that guy's name now. That guy in the back. And he will be a recurring character, no doubt.
That's good.
Oh,
You should bring him into the other campaign too.
If they'd ever, I don't think they've never set foot in. Well, okay, that's not true. They did set foot in a dwarven fortress that had a bunch of bootleg moonshine that
Nice.
caused a bunch of random chaotic effects when they drank it. That was fun.
That's cool, actually. Did they have they played since the last time we played?
No. So the last, they have not played the last time that you guys have played.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Actually, you guys. So they are in Alderaan. They
Right.
talked to Volmer. They did a bit of research. They actually spent a lot more time in the library than I would have ever thought. Everyone wanted to look at some books. Even Ardea wanted to look at some books.
Wow.
Shocking.
Yes. Well, they
Didn't
found a
imagine that our day could read.
They found us. Well, Eladrin wanted to find some tips on how to craft armor out of like chitin and other random stuff I've given him.
Nice.
And other people wanted other random things. But in particular, they did manage to nab a very weird, very bad statue, and I've introduced the idea of the rat folk.
Nice.
Or
Rat
the
folk.
burrowers.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those in Alderaan. They'll get you, man.
Well, they are in the
You gotta
underways.
keep away.
Well, I should say the ruins of them are in the underways. The Yuan-Ti Empire used to talk about them in their records, and that's the only way that anyone knows anything about them is deciphering the Yuan-Ti records.
Everyone thinks they're extinct, so of course they're not.
Of course they're not, right?
Nice.
But
Classic.
they did find a
Did they interact
statue
with
of
Diana?
With who? Oh, the librarian, yes.
Emmaus' wife. Mm-hmm.
And what?
Emmaus' wife.
Yeah.
Diana.
Talia was an unnamed character.
Librarian.
Or no, she was named.
Okay.
She was she was the one that was kind of leading them around the castle grounds.
Nice.
But yeah, they found a statue of the Horned Rat, which when they initially picked it up with a Mage Hand spell, it shot out a bunch of green lightning mana abilities. And if not for some protection spells, it probably would have been really bad. So
That's
then they just
awesome.
put it in their backpack and were just like, we're taking this with us. Okay then.
As you do.
Why not?
This could be used
Too
for
much to leave behind.
Mm-hmm.
So then they ended up learning a whole lot about
That's
rat
amazing.
folklore whenever they dug into the archives. And then Zeke, Brett's other character,
There you go.
he used divination and tried to figure out. He basically wanted to know if there was anyone in the vicinity that could answer their questions about the statue as well as the corruption and other stuff that they've been dealing with. The answer I gave them was the vacant wise one.
Okay, guys. So we're going to Abdeus.
Yeah,
So we ended, and everybody went to sleep,
that's right.
and today
Is
is a
now
new day.
right. It is the beginning of the new day. Did Gerbo ever go to bed, or is he just kind of hanging out in the bar?
No, so I actually fell asleep on the floor.
Okay, all right.
I fell asleep
So
on
it
the floor.
is. Well, I would imagine the barkeep would be the first person to wake you up as he's bright and early, sweeping up and cleaning up. He'll poke and prod you with a broom.
What time is it? What time is it?
It's dawn.
Well, what am I doing in the floor?
You passed out there. I didn't really want to wake you up, so here we are.
Well,
I'm thankful you didn't puke. There's that much.
Yes.
I can't say I'm that lucky for everywhere else in the bar, but you didn't puke here.
Well, I'll get up. So I stand up and I walk up to the bar, and I sit down in the chair.
Okay. He continues on with his cleaning. I've forgotten his name at this point.
You remembered Gareth.
Yeah, I've got it here. I'll keep going. I'll find it.
Cella wakes up upstairs and rolls over. She fell asleep in Ephelien's room last night.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yep. Is Ephelien awake?
Ephelien doesn't sleep. So yeah, she's awake.
Oh, did she cry all night?
Well, yeah, there's that, but also elves don't need to
She
sleep.
goes into a trance.
She's so tortured. Trance. Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, nice.
Also, keep in mind, most of the people that live here also don't sleep.
Yeah, they're in.
So
They go into a 4-hour trance because that's elves.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Huh.
Elves don't sleep.
but she's also emo. So
Ephelien, can you hear me?
yes.
Okay. So, some shit happened last night, and I feel like you should probably be warned, since you were up here, that downstairs, Gerbo opened an umbrella, jumped onto Braundir's back, and then they got into a fist fight, and Braundir almost bear smashed Gerbo into a million pieces. So, things are, you could say, a little bit worse, and I just feel like before we set out on a week-long journey in close quarters that you might want to know that I think you and I will have to keep Braundir from actually killing the gnome, because we might still need him.
Yeah, I would prefer if they didn't kill each other. I don't know if I'm a good mediator, but
So, you what?
I don't know if I'm a good mediator, but we'll try.
If two of us can restrain one of them, then that's mediation enough. But I left the gnome downstairs, so I think I'll see if he's managed to pick himself up and put himself back together. Cella gets up, goes down.
Okay.
Yep, I'll go downstairs too.
Is there anything Gerbo's doing in particular other than just kind of at the bar?
I'm drinking glasses of water.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Both literally and figuratively right now.
Right. Well, good.
Mm-hmm. So as they come down the stairs, I pour them a glass. I get them a glass of water and slide it across the bar to them.
Okay.
So you survived?
Well, not by much.
Are we going to behave ourselves today?
Well, it is a new day.
Time will tell.
The barkeep is
walks
still
outside
kind of. I'm just saying the barkeep is kind of awkwardly trying to get things organized in the background while this is going on. He's like kind of sweeping up, and there's like broken glass on the floor. He's kind of sweeping that away. Anyway,
Cella goes outside to
so what
go
else is Cella?
scavenge for bits and pieces for her spells.
Ah,
No,
right. Yes.
not mushrooms. Not necessarily mushrooms. She's
Okay.
looking for like twigs from certain plants. If she can come across like a skeleton of a small dead animal, that would be good.
Mhm.
Sure. Sure.
Dark.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's gonna go do that for a while.
A
Peace
roll
out, Cella.
survival, I suppose.
Oh,
Survival or nature? I think they're based off the same thing. So
can I roll whichever one's higher, please?
whichever one is higher.
Oh, thanks. Uh, where's nature? I can't read. Here we go. Yeah,
Okay.
Boom.
sweet.
You win.
All right. You find, you find components that you need. You find several different twigs and branches, and you even find a little bit of fungi on a log.
Ooh, love me some
Um,
fungi.
that's right, fungi. You
Cool.
also have, you did happen to come across an old fox corpse.
Perfect.
So you're able to take some of the bones from that.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay.
Sick, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like certain bones that she's looking for that go with along with certain ones of her spells, for sure.
Oh.
Right.
You have to get the right bone from the skeleton. So
Right.
Give
Well,
me
this
that
is just
jawbone.
What was the name of the fox that
Imara.
Amara? So did Cella kill Amara's mom?
Oh shit.
oh god.
No. Imara. No.
It could be a relative.
It could be
Yeah.
a relative. You don't know. I mean, Imara's mom's body is actually back in the Redwoods.
Right, but scavenging fox bodies doesn't seem to be anything new to Cella right
It's
here.
not a good look.
Mhm.
No,
Not a good
it's
look.
not.
But then again, her character wasn't there. She doesn't know anything. So,
Mhm.
We'll never know. Okay.
That fox mysteriously went missing. Interesting. What's Braundir doing?
I want to say Braundir has loaded up the wagon
okay.
and is waiting outside.
All right.
Like he got
Probably.
up early.
Right. He's probably just fueled by anger at this point.
I mean, like honestly, speechless. Doesn't really like is forced into doing something now that he was already going to do, but this just made it worse. And so,
Right.
rather than by choice but by force, so now it's like just trying to sort things out, and the best way to do that is not talking or engaging with anybody at this point.
Okay.
Dang.
I'm gonna say I like to think that Cella kind of looked and saw Braundir, and
Yeah.
just kind of decided not to engage.
That is exactly what she did. Yeah.
I think that's about what 95% of people would do at this point. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
She doesn't have a death wish at this moment, so
right. Okay, so, Ephelien, is there anything you like to do before you guys head out?
She would be scavenging for materials for dye because she dyes all of her arrows.
Ah, die. Okay.
And she spends a lot of free time fletching arrows.
All right.
like
Cool.
It's like a therapeutic chore.
Sure. I guess that would be survival, right?
I have no idea what you make dyes from, but I assume it's some kind of flowers or something.
Yeah, probably. I don't know either.
Or berries.
Okay. I would say that you do find some materials for some dyes. Not a lot, but you do have some success. I guess it would. I'm trying to think of how long it would take because I'm trying to measure like Cella and Ephelien, how long it would take them to like scavenge up stuff like this. I'm thinking maybe an hour.
Mhm.
sure.
But which means Braundir was just sitting there
Okay,
stewing
while
for
they're
an
doing that.
hour. Anyway,
While they do that, I walk outside. I have my water in hand, and I see Braundir messing with the carriage, and I walk over.
so before you walk over, the barkeep's actually going to clap your shoulder with his hand as you're walking out. He's going to say, well, it's a pretty wild night. You definitely brought in, well, a lot of clientele for me. I guess I just wanted to say thank you to all of you guys for everything you've done.
Well, of course, if you need anything, well, anyone in House Alderin is here for you. So, but don't mention that I was here, and I know that I probably blew my cover last night with, well, the umbrella and everything, but
You did stick out like a huge sore thumb, that's for sure.
I never can be concealed well, but I was, just let the rumors spread on their own, and don't confirm anything.
Hey, half of my job is listening to fishy stories and rumors anyway, so
True.
That's probably
Sure.
right. Especially at the dock, all the stories are fishy.
Okay.
That was so bad it's good.
It's so bad it's good. And I give him like, let's say I give him 25 gold coins.
Oh wow.
And
Hey.
I put it in a little pouch and I hand it to him and I say, this is for whatever we broke last night.
Well, I'd say this covers it. Thank you kindly for your patronage.
Of course, I can only hope that if we come through again soon, you will be just as kind.
He's gonna clap your shoulder again one more time, and he says, "Take care out there." He's gonna go back into the bar.
Mess.
And okay, so I walk over to Braundir, and I say, "You need any help out there?"
Looks up, continues strapping or whatever. And
Right.
I'm almost done.
Well, seems like last night was a little interesting.
Yeah, I'd rather just Gerbo, I'd rather just not talk to you if that's all right. We are here,
fine.
and whether we want to be or not, I'm sure that you got the same message I did last night, and frankly, if I could change that, I would. So let's just keep it cordial and do the mission and move on.
What do you think? What do you think the Fae's reason is bringing us together like this?
I think it's a unlucky coincidence, Gerbo. I think that it's just the way things worked out. I happened upon Felix, you happened upon Alexa, and just by our luck, I now have to watch out for you and make sure you don't do something to kill me. That doesn't make me feel very good. So, whether I would like to leave or not, I can't, because I can't trust you, Gerbo.
Well, Braundir, have you ever wanted something so badly and then finally gotten it and not know what to do with it?
Oh, you mean like the time that you convinced me to raise my father? Yeah,
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
I have done that.
yeah,
I gotta say, it didn't turn out so.
yeah. Well, it sounds like we have a shared experience then. My whole life, I've wanted power and to be recognized by my family, and when we were in the redwoods, and I was in the thorny area with Leon, and I was tempted by his staff, and I tried to grab it, and I thought in that moment, this is my opportunity for power. And I realized that in the bar when I killed, well, I realized that was the opportunity of getting power, and I finally had it. And after I fired that arrow, I realized that the power was not worth all of the pain and the sacrifice that was to come. And just because I could have power in that moment, I didn't realize how much it would affect everyone else around me.
Until you
So
realize,
I know that we're bound together,
until you realize you're not
but
the
I
most
just wanted to
important
tell you
person
that
in
I'm
the room,
feeling.
will change. And
Yeah.
I don't think that will happen. So
Maybe not.
if you're trying to make me feel sorry for you, I cannot. I have given up too much of myself to have you push it in my face. Gerbo, we are here. This is we're stuck together. There's nothing else about it. And all I can do is try to stay alive. And now if I wanted to take a different course, I now have the guilt of bringing you with me. And so you've put me in literally the worst position I could ever be in. Braundir goes back to strapping up and climbs on top of the carriage thing.
I step up and sit next to him,
Oh, God.
Perfect.
and I just say,
God, you don't know.
I just say, we're like white on rice.
You can see Braundir start to rage, like the hair starting to grow, and
Ugh. God, you don't know.
But I that's all I say. That's all I do. I just sit there.
Okay. Do you just
I look over at him and I say, let me know. I just look over and say, let me know if you need my help.
Jeez, Gerbo does not know when to stop.
I don't think this is bad, guys. I don't think it's terrible.
I'd also like to think that
even Gareth doesn't think it's terrible is what's wrong here.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing
it's amazing.
as a player, not in game.
It is amazing. Like, and a part of me wants to imagine the second Gerbo's like white on rice. I just like to think that he kicks up his feet.
Hmm.
Just it's like this.
That was definitely what I was going for.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I like that Gerbo's he's having a moment of realization, and he's trying to share something transformative with other people, but also he's just still Gerbo and still is so completely not self-aware and
No.
or in tune with what anyone else is thinking.
Man.
Oh.
Makes me burn up.
All right, Cella walks back up. Can I group Drew, can I tell you what I want? What I hope she can find? Can I tell you?
You can certainly tell me what you hope for. Yes.
Okay, I mean, I rolled 22.
Yeah, you did.
Actually, how should this work? How should this work? Because I was thinking, no. Should I roll again for more stuff? Because you already gave me the thistles and the fox skeleton and the branches.
Well, okay. I guess my question is, what else are you wanting?
She also wants to find, beyond like the plants, she also wants to find quartz, raven feathers, and dead bees.
Dead bees.
Yeah.
Quartz? You should say quartz?
Yeah, like a crystal.
Okay.
Would there be one of those by the beach?
I don't know.
And you said dead bees?
Or any kind. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there is a ranger.
And you said dead bees, right?
This is my decision. Chella needs to have a little more flair to her magic style.
Hey,
so.
I love it.
Okay, I mean, I'll
Or like
go ahead. I mean,
whatever
you rolled
minerals are native,
whatever what?
whatever minerals are native to the area, but that would be one she could use.
Or there is a ranger around whose entire class is about finding shit in the woods, so I could help.
That's true. Could help.
Yeah, maybe I should be scavenging in the future.
Okay. I mean, you rolled really high on the roll you were given. I would say that you would find that other random shit you just said.
Thank you. Maybe we can work out like a scavenging system together sometime.
Yeah, right. I mean, sure. At some point, there is
Make like a table.
right, and there is like at least like I know Brett had kind of came up with a system, but that's more for like crafting potions and stuff.
Oh, cool.
It's not like super specific like what you're trying to get at.
I can use that to find bees. And
Locate animals. Well, there you go.
I can use locate object to find quartz. I don't know about raven feathers.
Yeah, raven feathers would
dead
be.
bees.
So,
I could
okay,
speak
you
with
could
animals
craft
and
it.
ask a raven
You
for
could
some
speak-
feathers, I
you could find a
guess.
raven.
I guess.
Does Braundir have a raven feather?
From
Braundir's not
Tiki? Do you have a raven
Oh,
feather?
from Tiki.
How did I lose Tiki? What did you do to him? Like you demented him and he flew away, right?
Well, it was even worse than that. While you guys are in like a weird alternate dimension, man, that was such a fever dream of a session. Anyway, you guys like Tiki was taken out of your bag specifically and transformed into a tiny little avatar of Malcor himself.
Yes. And then
Yeah, it was creepy.
like he died or we killed him or something.
Oh no, he was like Tiki died the moment he was transfigured.
Yeah.
Like,
Sad.
sorry. Anyway,
So that's a no on the raven feathers then. It's okay if we can't find all the components. I mean, I think it would be fun to work out some sort of system, like a barter system between me and you in the future, so that I can feel like I'm gathering stuff that I want to use.
yeah,
You know?
sure.
Like there's some
Yeah.
chance that I won't get all this stuff or whatever. But we
Yeah.
we can do it at like off session time sometime.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have these spells I can
I
use once
just-
per day that find stuff like that. I can only use each
Right.
one once. So.
Right, you got to be careful with them.
Cool. Thanks for that. Thanks for giving me this aside. Cella has returned to the dock with all of her goodies.
Okay.
She walks over to the carriage with Braundir and Gerbo. Says, "Well, are we all ready to head south?"
As ready as we'll ever be.
Where's Ephelien?
She's around.
She's around.
Yeah.
She seemed pretty well bluer than usual last night. She was having a rough time, so she looks at Gerbo. Let's play nice today, shall we? If I know anything, it's how to get along in small groups of people for long periods of time. It's basically my whole life.
That's a really good point. Anyway.
Braundir just is dreading this entire thing.
Oh man.
It's obvious. Like
Oh, absolutely.
palpable.
And of course, we don't have a wizard to teleport us. So.
Nope. Why would we have that? That would make things far too easy.
Yep. None of us wanted to play a wizard, so here we are.
Yeah,
Or sorcerer.
So what is Ephelien doing at this moment?
Just gathering stuff in the woods nearby, I guess.
Okay. Ephelien, as you're kind of gathering materials, let me. This real quick. You're going to receive a message.
Okay.
Inside, just a sending message.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from someone you recognize. It's from your captain in the area, or in this plane. And he says, we'll be in Retria in a few days. Meet at, let me think. Meet where the ravens gather. Circle, can't miss it. That's all it says.
Okay.
She says, well, that's convenient that I'm heading through there soon. And then she starts telling all the shit that's happened to her, speaking really fast, and doesn't realize that the spell stops. It only has 25 words.
Okay.
And she keeps
So
talking for about 5 minutes.
What's
Okay.
someone from using like numerous subsequent sending spells?
You can, you just gotta keep
Do
using
what?
spell slots.
Yeah.
Right, it would be expending spell slots, so I feel like for the superior's perspective, this would not be out of character, and he wouldn't be very phased by Ephelien just vomiting out words
Mm-hmm.
and then getting cut off by the spell.
Yeah. Well, she's never went this long without reporting, so.
That's true, right? This has been a very long pause for her, so yeah. But yes. Oh yeah, he mentioned he was going to be there in 2 days. I think I mentioned that.
Convenient.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Very convenient.
Assuming he knows where we're going.
Yeah. Of course. And that is it. Do you join your companions?
Eventually, yeah.
Eventually. A huge rush. You just kind of meander over to them after kind of searching around for a bunch of dye materials. Okay.
Well, this is sure a lively bunch. It's going to be a great trip.
Are we still waiting on Ephelien?
No, she's here now. Let's
She
go.
she walks up with a big bloodstained bag, and plops it next to Gerbo, and says, "This meat's gonna go bad soon. You better dig in."
God.
Never forget.
We can't let it go to waste.
Can't let it go to waste.
You can't. You really can't.
Plus, I need a good excuse to hunt another giant mammal for meat.
Of course.
I hold it up and look at Braundir and I say, "Do you have any fire spells to cook this?"
Get that away from me.
Cella snatches the bag from Gerbo and like grabs a large hunk of boar. It's a little smelly and she loves it.
Reminds her of home.
Yeah,
Right.
standard fare.
Mhm.
All right.
Well,
So
I'll know what tickles your fancy if you end up being mad at me.
All right. So Braundir's gonna. Everybody's in the carriage, right? So
Yep.
Yep.
he's gonna.
They're all here. They're all ready.
He's gonna crack the whips.
On
And
That's right.
Yep.
on David, on
And we're
Gareth
off.
and Zachary.
Good Lord, no. Oh man. So you guys have set out. You've begun to make your way from the dockyard back into the woods, and as you're traveling through the woods, Gerbo, you are going to receive a sending message from Eldrin.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're important.
Wow.
You are important.
Yeah.
He says, update. Um, uh, Suspect has been identified. He has been. He has escaped. He has fled the city from lockdown. Suspect he is with druids,
Of course.
man-eating ones.
That doesn't even sound like a real thing. These freaking
Man-eating druids.
racist Eldrin.
I don't have that spell, so I can't.
You get a 25-word response.
You do get a.
Okay. I'm just gonna reply. Keeping low. Let me know if you find anything else out.
Okay.
Also, it totally wasn't me.
I'm gonna say, so worried.
So worried.
So worried about. Yeah, I'm gonna say so worried about Volmer.
Colon, left parenthesis.
I love this voice to text feature.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sitting
Yeah.
so much better now.
Yeah. Emoji front face.
Prayer hands.
Prayer hands. Yeah, so that's what I say.
Okay. You get no response back. Basically, Eldrin's just letting you know that they found the person you guys framed. Or at least they believe they found the person you guys have framed. And he's hanging out with druids outside the city.
Gotcha.
Cool.
Do you tell the rest of us about it?
Yeah, I'm just gonna relay that message.
Okay.
I'm just gonna look. I'm gonna yell out to the group. They caught the bait.
Caught. We said we weren't going to frame anybody.
I was talking about the fisherman.
So they have a suspect, is what you're saying.
Braundir stops the carriage. Like, looks at Gerbo. Is someone about to die because of you?
Well, didn't Ephelien put the belt and everything with that guy in the
If
bar
they
or something? I
if
don't
they
know.
caught some evil cultists, I'm not too worried about it. If they die.
This isn't sitting well.
If anything, this is more motivation for them to actually hunt down the real problem, which is these corrupted cultists.
But you didn't give the bait to a cultist, right? You put it in some traveler's bag?
She didn't tell you guys that. She didn't tell you that.
She didn't tell you guys. She
Yeah.
didn't mention that.
Oh, so we don't know. We don't know that Ephelien stashed the stuff. I thought we knew that she had stashed all the stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, she just
You just know that she got rid of the
Got rid of it.
crossbow.
Okay.
Oh.
So Ephelien's telling Braundir that it's in the hands of an evil cultist.
No, she's just assuming that the people they're hunting for are evil cultists.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay. So we don't realize someone's about to die. Okay. Like an innocent guy. Great. Okay. All right.
Oh God. Okay.
Well,
Well,
they're off. At least that throws them off our trail for a while.
I look at Braundir and say, not Braundir. I look in a
I
mirror.
look in the mirror.
I look at Gerbo and say, if someone innocent dies in your place, I will put so much stress on your life. He hits the reins again and goes.
They aren't gonna execute someone without good cause.
Well, I think finding a planted evidence on someone is good cause as any. Regardless, there's nothing we can do about it now. We have to move forward. We're on the
Okay.
road.
So it's been a few hours since you guys have set out, and so you continue on again. And sorry, doing a real quick check here. Okay. And you guys make it through the forest with no issues.
Lucky us. Lucky.
And so now you guys have reached this midway point right here.
Day one.
Is there anything you guys would like to do while you are in this traveling phase? Other than endure the awkwardness of Gerbo and Braundir.
And draw a picture of Gerbo with a giant red hat. And also try to paint a picture of one of the little Sebastians for Braundir.
Performance. Roll performance.
The little Sebastian painting is for Braundir, but the Gerbo with the hat is for her own amusement.
Good.
How big are these paintings?
Probably not super big.
Well, at least it looks like a horse.
Braundir, are we like stopped right now? I guess resting.
Well, I'm just asking like what people did on the way.
Okay, so I haven't got it yet.
A simple Wimley brass, I guess. I'll give it to him.
Right. Yeah. I just wanted to know if anyone was doing anything in particular.
To pass the time.
You did manage to draw a figure that might look kind of almost like a stick figure with a big hat.
Perfect.
Anyway.
Has to be a red hat.
Oh yeah, always.
I think Cella will talk to Bertrand.
Okay.
She'll pull out the watch and turn it over in her hand and flip it open and kind of settle into the mental space that she goes into, kind of relaxed and hazy, and
Yeah.
then she'll reach out to Bertrand and say, "And how are we today, Master Bertrand?"
Oh, I feel a little more relaxed than I have been.
Any particular reason why?
Just the passage of time. Being alone with your own thoughts is liberating.
Well, there's plenty of time for that where I am right now. Not a lot of talking going on.
Ah, silence can be a blessing.
I hate to disrupt your silence, but I did have a question, Bertrand.
Of course.
Yesterday we learned of someone who I suspect is not from our world. An evil hag who is accompanying the outsider, this figure that serves Malcor. Do you know anything of do you know anything of her or where she's from?
A hag, you say? I suspect I do know. Or at least I have an idea. You see, we found out in our world, in the Fey wilds, that there was some Fey that became corrupted, and some of them became hags, or what you would consider to be a hag.
Which is
Now,
different from being corrupted.
yes, or at least a form of it. Particularly powerful Fey, let's say. Now, I do not know them personally, but I do know of a coven that serves Malcor quite directly. And I suspect that one of them, one of their ranks at least, came from our world.
And what sort of power would they have in this world? What would they be capable of?
It depends upon the hag in question.
For example?
Well, the one from our world was, I believe, if I remember right, was Estelle. And Estelle has the power to manipulate more directly abominable elements. Others, if I remember correctly, controlled more of fiendish creatures or magics, and I believe another may have been undead.
Very interesting. Why our world, of all the places, of all the dimensions, all the parallel worlds that there are, that Malcor could have tried to take over? Why here, Bertrand? Why ours?
Unfortunately, I don't think there is a deep answer to that, rather than it is simply a matter of convenience. You see, as far as I know, the Feywilds, the thing that binds worlds, or several worlds together, is being slowly but surely corrupted with each world that is consumed. So,
That's our
Okay.
path.
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Walked in here with the feather in his mouth and he's crying for us to play with him, which is so adorable and sad. So
We'll put it on mute, and then when Jet replies, she can unmute it.
Okay, all right.
Amazing.
But it could very well be that perhaps in some way it was simply a convenient target, an easy thing to approach and attack, or infest, however you want to think of it. Perhaps it's simply the next on the list.
have they ever been stopped before in all the worlds that they've conquested before? Have they ever been defeated and sent away?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. We only have experience from our world. The extra information we found out over time. But I have never heard of a case where they were repelled. At least not yet.
Let's see.
For all we know, my dear, this could be a process that has been happening countless times. An infinite amount of times.
Well, I still feel I have more questions than answers, but thank you, Bertrand, for sharing what you know.
That is the burden of learning things. Rarely are you left satisfied. There are always more questions.
Suppose so. But perhaps Abdeus holds more answers for us. Time will tell.
Indeed.
Cella rolls over and tries to go to sleep, but she's worried.
Right. Okay. Well, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, we're going to roll over to the next day.
Perfect.
Cool.
Okay. So, you guys awaken and continue on your way to Retria. And time for another roll. Oh, right. I was rolling the wrong thing. Okay. Well, you got nothing twice in a row.
Wow.
Oh, lucky
Wow.
us.
I did set it up in such a way that there was a chance that it would be uneventful. So.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right.
Now, is there anything else you guys would like to do before reaching at Retria? Which, by this point, I would say in the day, it is getting close to sunset by the time you arrive upon the town. And Ephelien, are you going to mention anything about the communication you had?
No, probably not.
Okay, got it. Also, Gerbo, you will receive another sending message from it.
Okay.
He says, update. We have reached out for a cleric to assist with the investigation.
Not Teo. Not Teo.
No, he re-rolled Teo.
Teo still exists, though, right?
Oh,
Teo
I guess
still
he does
exists in the
I guess he
universe.
does exist. It's true.
Yeah.
Just
It's not like he
invisible.
just stopped existing. He does exist. Anyway, he says.
think-
He also says, Jedri questioned. Nothing useful. So far. Will face fines for illegal possession of glamours for his workers. And a glamour is something that it's like a jewel or a necklace or something like that that's used to kind of change the form or appearance of someone.
Nice.
So his client, his yes, like that.
Nice. That's cool.
So that should give you. So
Yeah,
Jedri was using
not
the
surprising.
pink pearl. Not that surprising,
Mhm.
really.
Not that surprising.
Nice.
Also heard word. Lord Tolith Zumra will be paying a visit.
Okay.
Interesting.
Anyway, Gerbo, I will fill you in.
Yeah. I'll just reply, stay safe.
Wear a damn mask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hashtag be blessed.
Yeah. Stay safe.
thoughts and prayers.
Zumra's bad shit.
Don't tell. I want Gerbo to tell us about him if anyone's going to tell us about
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you asked if there's anything anyone wants to do. I think Cella wants to stretch her wings a little bit.
Oh.
Good idea.
So she says,
Okay.
"Oh gods, we're about to be in another city, aren't we?"
Yeah,
Well,
not too long now.
I think I'll stretch out a bit. I'll find you all near the gate, but I'll get the lay of the land, so to speak. And Cella takes wild shape, unfolding into a giant eagle, easily big enough to carry the three of you.
Yep.
And,
Easily.
and takes off awkwardly into the sky to survey. This will be a good Drew, you can give us the flavor text of Retria. What does Retria look like from the sky?
From the sky.
All right. So you gain a pretty good elevation. You're almost to the clouds at this point. And you look downwards, and you can see a walled port city. Very small, definitely smaller than Alderaan. It looks as if there is a lot of. Essentially, it looks like it's not hasn't been settled for terribly long. Maybe a few decades at most. So it's a new settled area. One of the Polani, I guess, colonial efforts, you could call them almost. You also see something kind of peculiar as you're looking through the town. Now, most Polani towns have a general same shape, where there is a courtyard at the center where the temple is,
And a platform.
and a platform, yes, raised platform, where
Raised
criminals are hanged.
platform. Remember all the raised
That's right.
platforms you set up for us?
That's right. I brought. Yeah, huh? I brought it back. Anyway,
This is
So, yeah,
flight and Cella. I'm gonna do this while I'm flying through the air.
okay, all right, cool. As you're scanning the landscape,
You run around in the background.
yeah.
Hmm.
pretty amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's continuing.
I know. I'm listening.
So
I'm still
when
playing.
Cella takes flight, does she do like Super Mario, like does the 3 jump and then somersaults into a flying pose?
Well, okay. Maybe if she's way more experienced than she is now, because she would no doubt like absolutely crash if she tried that.
Yeah. Right now, it takes like a lot of forceful wing beating.
Right.
Yeah.
So, as you get a kind of feel for the town, you actually see that there's hardly anyone out in the streets. And there's actually several guards are posted up along the walls, and there's actually a small little line.
Outside
People
the city,
waiting,
like, to get in.
right, waiting to get in the castle gates or the the gates of the city.
Okay.
There's also a lot of ships that are at port currently, even some that are off port, nearby, but not moving. So it appears as they've just dropped anchor at the moment.
Okay. How big of a city is it? Like, how many people do you think live there?
I think at most you're talking about a couple of thousand.
Okay. Gotcha.
I would say Aldrin probably housed about maybe 5, perhaps 7,000.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
And I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
Any notable buildings, like unusual or distinct buildings?
You do see one where it's a. I mean, a lot of the buildings are made of stone, but this one looks almost like it's made out of a cabin, or it's made out of wood. And one thing that strikes you immediately is that there are many very, just from your giant eagle eyes, you're able to kind of look down and see that there are several wood carvings of animals that decorate the outside of this building.
Cool. Cool. All right. I'm interested.
There's also, as you're flying overhead, the geography of the land is kind of, there's a few hills here and there, but it's fairly flat. It's getting more humid as you guys are getting closer to the water. You do also see, let's see, from your perspective, it would be to your right in the air. You do see what looks like a circle on top of one of the hills. A stone circle.
Oh, interesting. To the east or the west of the city?
So, okay. It would be to the east.
Okay.
From your perspective, yeah.
Okay. Cella wants to kind of cautiously.
And
fly.
again, I'm okay. Just to make sure everyone understands perspective here. Cella's flying downwards, so southward.
Gotcha.
So when you turn from her perspective to her right, it would be
To her
Right.
left.
west.
Which would be
west. It would be west.
Oh, okay.
I had to correct myself just now, but yes, it's west.
West. Yeah.
West.
Okay, Cella wants to kind of wing over to the circle and try to get a closer look at what that's all about.
Okay. When you get closer, there appear to be a few. You didn't notice them before. They just look like little black specks, but it looks as if there are several black birds that have gathered around, kind of perched around the stone, around on this top of the stones.
Interesting. Okay.
There's your feathers.
Like the right. Do I recognize this configuration as anything like ceremonial or ritualistic or anything like that?
You do. It is a ritualistic, what appears to be a very old druid circle. The configuration's a little different than what you're used to, so you can't quite place exactly what type of druidic circle placed it,
Mm.
but you do know it seems to be druidic in nature.
Oh, cool.
Interesting.
Cool. I hate to take like such a long time for this
No, it's
segment,
great.
but I think Cella would definitely want to like wing down and land there if this is something that's familiar to her.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I think she would ease herself down to the earth, doing those giant wing flaps that slow you down. You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
careening her
Okay.
body like forward a little bit to slow herself as she comes in for the landing.
Okay. All right. Now this is the part where I have to make you make a roll to see if you can
Every
stick the
time.
landing.
It's not like my acrobatics has increased. It's always just sheer dumb luck. It's always just dumb luck.
Do you have the acrobatics of?
Hey.
Do you have the acrobatics of the
Oh,
bird?
Oh, I should roll as the bird, shouldn't I?
Yeah.
Well, dang, I just rolled so good.
you should roll as the bird.
Well, it'd be
Oh.
slightly higher if you're the bird.
Is that it's dexterity, right?
Yeah.
See if that rolls. Did that roll?
Negative.
Well,
it's a plus 3, so I'll just roll.
Yep, it rolled.
Oh,
it did roll.
cool. Wow, Cella did better than the eagle did.
Well,
Nice.
I mean, I'll say that we'll take the first one as as the canon one for now.
Thanks.
But yes, you stick the landing. Where are you landing exactly?
I think to the outside of the circle. She wouldn't want. She's respectful enough not to come down right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So maybe she lands on the north side of the circle.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Roll perception.
Okay, I'm still the eagle. My perception's +8 as the eagle. Dope.
Nice. Part of why I wasn't really having you roll that like perception checks on the town as well. You're a giant eagle, but anyway,
Right.
Yeah.
your perception is going to be really high.
Yeah.
But anyway, as you are diving in for a landing, as you're going in, you actually see what appears to be a robed figure kind of hanging out in the shadow of one of the stone structures.
Hmm. Has he noticed me?
He does. You're a giant eagle.
You are not very obvious.
I guess I want to do an insight check. Does he mean me harm? Does he seem friendly?
I mean, this would probably be done with a disadvantage because you only spotted him for not very long.
What is that insight?
Yeah, insight.
Okay, that's intelligence.
Yeah.
To wisdom.
Wisdom. Never mind. Yeah, it's wisdom.
Oh,
Ooh.
thank God. Thank God it's wisdom.
Whoa.
Ooh, not much better.
Okay. You don't think he's hostile? Otherwise, he probably would have attacked you as you were landing.
Yeah.
Are you still in giant eagle form, or are you going to...
I am still in giant eagle form. I think she's going to like lower her head close to the ground and like so that she's bent forward, like beat close to the ground, like looking at him, and just kind of slowly approach, like slowly, like kind of sidestep, trying to make herself look non-threatening towards
Okay.
the druid.
Okay. Let me go grab some art real quick.
This guy has his own art. This was a worthwhile side quest. He has his own art.
Mhm.
That's right.
I
Let me
love it.
see. Okay. Wrong folder. Apparently, people are like more and more people are starting to get use out of my self-created folders.
Yes.
Apparently, on Pinterest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I at least get a handful of notifications every time I log in. It seems like. Anyway, let's see.
We got a few more Twitch followers the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
Really?
we got
Nice.
6
Mhm.
now.
People follow us?
People follow us.
Most of them are just random. I have no idea who they are.
They're probably
Incredible. From India. Wow. Why would you make that assumption?
Probably.
Most of like the random things that I get on the internet, it's like, my name is so and so, and I would like to increase your following on Instagram.
I would like to steal your credit score.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Wait.
Yep.
That didn't come out right.
Have y'all got messages about wanting to be collaborated with?
No.
Like,
Oh,
we
No.
want to collab with.
Let's collab.
Let's collab.
I got one, and it was like, let's collab. And it was like a watch company, but there was like, I looked them up on Instagram. There was like 100 accounts of that watch company.
Oh, that's
Or-
funny. Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, probably not worth the risk. And it was on my deer photo of me and my taxidermy deer. Very random.
That's weird.
That's pretty
That's very
amazing.
weird.
This is the guy that we want advertising our watches.
I have heard there's a big problem recently with Indian men sending creepy messages to women.
Oh yeah.
Like it's an epidemic.
Well, I know you had to deal with it as a moderator, Brett.
Yeah, in a Facebook
of
group.
the
It was
Facebook group.
we had to turn on member approval just because of that. Because we had so many people complaining.
Yeah. Online harassment's definitely a real thing for like most women.
I think it's a cultural thing because most of India is just now getting internet, and they're
Right.
just still adjusting to it, I guess.
Wow.
And some of the men don't know how to behave.
So true.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's probably right. Let's see.
Pinterest does have a lot of great fan art. I think we talked about this. I think we talked about it before.
That's right. Pretty much all the art I've shown you guys has come from there. So now if this would just load.
Is anybody
Scott.
good on DeviantArt anymore?
I've seen
been
some
on
art
there.
from there, yeah.
There's
It's
some good art from there.
I assume it's not being used much anymore, but there's still stuff on there.
Right. Okay.
Our cats are still going nuts.
They're
If you
going
can-
crazy.
If you can hear a weird
They're running
background,
around
I'm
going
sorry.
Crazy.
It's that time of the night.
Cats come out to play.
Yeah, they do.
That's right. The babies. The babies.
I will. No, stop it. I think Google Chrome is like, oh, you wanna fill out all your personal information on this? Which player's gonna see the journal?
Oh. That's
Stop.
funny.
Here, you want your home address right here, don't you?
No. Please stop. Okay, there we go. Managed to finally get around it. Oh my god! Every pop-up, every. Okay,
It's okay.
there
The
we go.
suspense is just building for this guy.
I know. Now the
Watch
hype
just
is
be like
way
a
too
normal
real.
person.
Just a
It's Guy
normal
Fieri.
dude. It's Guy Fieri.
It's Guy Fieri. That's who it is. Fieri.
Aw.
It's fantasy Guy Fieri.
Fantasy Guy Fieri.
I'm sure that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Man, what would it be?
the figure comes out of the shadows and actually, hold on. I'm gonna just show this to Cella.
Oh, I already
Oh,
looked at
okay.
it. Sorry.
What?
I already saw it. I'll wipe it from my memory.
No, Brett, you have to pretend you. Why?
How'd you see it?
Because it's on our
The handout?
journal.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. You would see it that way. No, not him. See, like, I have to, like, guess because this. Nope, no. I'm getting closer. Nope. No. Oh.
Don't send me that one. Whatever that was.
Come on. No. This is the worst. There we go. Oh my lord.
Eagerly awaiting.
Okay.
Gareth, don't think that you get to peek at my picture now.
I was thinking about it.
You won't. You don't. It's not allowed.
Okay. All right. Maybe I've got it now.
Haven't gotten it yet.
Oh no. Okay. Should work. This is what you see.
Oh. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay. Okay.
He slowly kind of walks over towards you, just kind of staring and not saying anything.
Okay.
He's kind of just tilting his head a few different ways as he's kind of watching you. Is there anything you would like to do?
Yeah, I want one more perception check. Like, does he look like anything I've ever seen on this planet before?
I don't know if that would be history. Oh, whatever. I would say that with that high of a roll, you can determine that this guy doesn't quite look like anything you've seen in your
Okay.
experience.
Do we need to turn our mics off for this, or are we good? Or our ears
Depends. Depends on what happens here in the next second or two.
Okay. What would Cella do? This guy's by a druid circle. Okay. Cella's going to like straighten up, and she extends her wings to their full span, and then like abruptly sucks them back in and twists around and pulls herself back into her human shape.
Okay.
And she says in Druidic to the figure, "And what are you doing in one of our most holy places?"
He kind of tilts his head a few different directions. And he just says in common, I don't know what you just said. You
That's
seem
because
angry?
that is because I believe you find yourself somewhere that you don't belong.
Oh, right. You're a druid, right? That's your thing?
Oh, what gave it away?
Well, you'll have to forgive me. I was waiting on a friend.
And what brings you and this friend to a druidic ritual circle? I'd have every right to attack you here and now.
Well, that would be very bad. I guess you could say this was an easy, convenient location to pick. A rather nice old lady that we've been interacting with has directed us to this spot as a place that we could meet. As far as I knew, this place was unused.
Unused does not mean it isn't sacred. I do suggest that you find a new place to have your meeting.
Okay. Though I will have to rearrange a few things as well, it's kind of close to the time. Fine. I don't want to cause anything. I don't want to start anything.
You're a very peculiar sort. What are you called?
Well, I don't know if it'd be wise for me to exactly hand that out just at this moment. Well, I suppose the cat's already out of the bag, isn't it? Call me Amdur.
And Amdur, why are you wearing that mask?
He takes it off, and you see, what you see at the the other end of it, you see it looks like an elvish man, clean shaven, a strong chin, and he appears to have a bluish green hue to his coloring of his skin.
Does it look like Ephelien?
Yeah, kind of reminiscent of Ephelien.
Okay.
He says, well, I don't have it on at the moment, but the mask does help with me to blend in, believe it or not.
You might not be from around here, but I feel like I should warn you that will not help you blend in.
He'll put the mask back on.
Are you?
He says, well, hold on. Just a moment. Let's see, how do I do this? Ah, right. And he's just going to completely go invisible to you.
Oh, yeah. Cella doesn't like that.
He says, I told you it helps me blend in.
Cella draws her sickle and bares her fangs.
Oh, she's like, oh, I don't like that.
I would rather you stayed where I can see you, since you're intruding.
He reappears again, and he takes off his mask. He said, see? I told you it was possible. Huh. It does look rather ridiculous now that you mention it. Anyway.
It is a good trick, though. I'll give you that. Are you... Oh, God, what is Ephelien called? The whole word is falling out of my brain. It's not Eldrin. I keep wanting to say Eldrin because of the character.
Eladrin.
Yeah.
Thank you. So I knew it was really close to that.
It's actually very close to that, yes.
Yeah. I couldn't get the word Eldrin out of my brain. Are you Eladrin?
Eladrin? Have you encountered another one of my kind?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Really?
My understanding from them is that there aren't many of you in this world.
No, there's not.
And on what business do you find yourself here?
Well, you are a druid. I was hoping to get in touch with someone, a subordinate. I was going to give her some information, and she was going to give me some information. Very simple. Easy.
I see.
And
Very
like I said, the nice old lady was simply trying to. She suggested it as a meeting place.
An
Though she
old
did-
lady. Wait.
Yes.
Hold on. Old lady.
Hold up.
Really skinny, stringy, long white hair. Way too many pouches around the waist. Fingernails that need trimming. Altogether terrifying. That old lady.
Yeah, sounds about right. She's really quite nice, though, once you get past all of that.
Fascinating. I believe you need to come with me.
Oh, I do.
Well, only if you want to find Ephelien.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right.
Shall I give us a lift?
I suppose I don't see any reason not to. Now that I think about it, I should have had myself invisible the entire time waiting for her. I didn't. Well, too late.
No, it is good luck that we've met, and I'm very glad I decided not to kill you on the spot. That was one of my more restrained decisions today.
And he's going to, as she's. So, how far away are you from him?
I think she's standing probably a good 15 feet away from him.
Okay.
Keep saying at least 6 feet away.
6 foot minimum.
Mhm.
He is going
Up to
to
where the damn
vanish. He's going to vanish, and then you're going to feel a tap on your shoulder from your right. He's going to say, "Well, maybe. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's a nice trick I like to pull out every so often. I don't get to use it very often."
If this is going to work out, you're going to need to stop doing that. It's bloody threatening. And she turns into a giant eagle.
He'll get on your back, I guess.
Right? Ephelien, here we come.
Nice.
I didn't quite see that happening, but all right,
No,
sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fine by me.
As she flies away, I just like any unusual magic sense coming from the Druid circle, just trying to sense out if I'm coming back here at any point.
Okay. It looks as if those ravens have not really moved from their spots. They are still just kind of congregated around the circle.
Okay.
But otherwise, you haven't noticed any other changes.
Okay. Cool.
As you're flying along, you can hear on your back Omdir whistling a tune to himself.
Did you say his name is Ondir?
That's what he said to call him anyway.
Cool. Cella flies back to the group.
Okay. All right.
Let me make my my obligatory dexterity landing check.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
Even better. You have disadvantage now that you have a passenger.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's say.
Oh god. I didn't give him informed consent.
He'll be fine.
This is not informed. I'm trying to roll. It's not rolling for some reason.
You got to give it a moment.
Yeah. Oh.
7.
So as you're like prepping to land, he says you hear him say behind you, "I say that might be a little too fast." And as he says that, you kind of start like you hit the ground and skid across the ground, and he ends up falling off of your back, and you end up rolling around in the dirt a bit before you come to a stop.
And
Never
the carriage
fail.
just drives on past them. And Braundir.
Yep.
Ah.
Did she kidnap somebody?
She kidnapped
Wait,
somebody?
was there somebody on her back?
Is that her meal?
It wasn't just her. There was another like person, like blue person.
And Cella
Braundir.
recovers from her crash landing and like sees the carriage just continuing to like speed into the distance, and she does like a weird like running wing flapping thing on the ground, like trying to
Chella, as you look, you notice that the Amdir is gone from the spot that he crashed at.
Cella freaking hates it. She just
Mhm.
hates that he can go invisible and doesn't like. She thought she was like won over by his winsome and benevolent persona, and now she just hates him when he's not there. So
Fair enough.
gives her the creeps.
Gerbo and Braundir and Ephelien, as you guys are driving along, a guy is just suddenly going to appear right in front of the carriage, about 15 or 20 feet away.
In front, like as we're driving, he appears
Yeah.
in front.
Yeah, like
Whoa,
DBZ
whoa.
style, teleports in.
I pull the reins back and stop, and I get a throwing axe ready to throw. So
All right, so now I'm going to reveal what this guy looks like.
And I yell out, "Who are you? Why are you? Where did you come from?"
He's going to put his hand behind his head and he's going to say, "Oh, sorry, I kind of hitched a ride. I think it's your friend that attempted to kill me with a crash landing just now."
oh, weird.
That's fun.
Is he wearing that mask?
He is not.
Okay.
Like, the major difference between him and Ephelien is that he has, like I said, a bluish green tint, whereas she just has pure blue to her skin color on average. Like, normally.
She's like white, but she has
Right.
yeah, basically white, but there's some blue elements to it.
Right. He says, he points at Ephelien and says, "Ah, there you are, just like she said. Well, I suppose
Or not?
our meeting is a little earlier."
Cella, who is this person?
Eagle
Roger's still
Swirl
ready to
like
throw it in.
awkwardly like has flapped her way back over to you guys,
Yeah.
and turns back into a human, but is still kind of like covered in dirt and mud from her landing and skidding.
Yeah.
She's like, "I believe you two may know each other, Ephelien. I found him on a druidic circle outside of Retria, waiting for you." It seems that and the best part. It seems that he knows my aunt and that she sent him to meet you, which means he must be a real pleasant sort.
He's sitting there thinking about something. He's like, "Oh, right. That's right. She told me to be around the circle, but not to go in it. Oh, right. Oh, my bad."
What season is he? Or do you have art for it?
I don't have art for it.
Okay, what season is he?
What season is he?
He's more of a green. He's more on the spring side.
Okay.
But it is mixed with shit like colorings of winter.
Interesting.
This is your He kind of looks at you guys. He says, "So, are you? I assume you're Ephelien's friends, companions. I don't think she really has friends. Companions, partners."
Well, yeah, I mean, I would say so. We were headed. She's been very helpful in closing portals. So, partners feels correct.
Oh, good, good. I know you haven't had a ton of experience with that. What is it? 3, 4? Oh well.
Well, we've closed a lot of portals, some with Ephelien and some without.
Here's a picture of a spring Eladrin.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Right.
Nice.
That's fun.
I didn't know they were seasonal. That's fun.
They are.
That's cool.
Got winter and summer and spring and fall.
That's the fourth one.
Wait, no,
Yeah,
it's not
I
fall.
see that on here. That's cool.
Cool.
Anyway,
On a-
Cella, why would your aunt send another person to meet up with this party?
Your guess is as good as mine. Would you care
I'm
to
not-
explain?
I'm not sure that I just welcome anyone walking in here. This is very specific work. I'm sorry, and I look at the new fella. So what
Yeah.
was your name?
oh, right. You can just call me Amdir.
Ondir?
Amdir.
Ondia. Okay.
No.
Omdia? Pan?
on on
Mr. Tim
Pan?
Tin.
with an N.
Omdia.
on Ephelien's art, she has like
Did you have to have a name that was so close to mine? I'm curious.
it's probably not his real name, but anyway.
What is your name? Little what? Dwarf? Yeah, dwarf fellow.
Dwarf, yes. Braundir. Braundir the
Oh.
Light Chaser.
Oh, very well. Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
On
so,
Ephelien's art, she has like bluish, purplish lipstick and like blue kind of
Mhm,
eyeshadow, and she has like tattoo things on
mhm.
her face. But and she's super pale, so that's what I'm kind of thinking. The Winter Ladrin, because it's like frostbite looking.
Right.
Nice.
That
Nice.
is kind of the general aesthetic. Yeah.
So I think what that would be for that guy is like he looks like the spring Eladrin, but he also has like the lips and the eyes and stuff that looks like frostbite.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that fits really well. Yeah.
he's the spring thaw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
early spring.
Well, Braundir, I know you've only met her once, so let me explain something very briefly. My aunt hates people the way I do and doesn't trust very easily and is quite well connected. So whoever she sends is somebody that we can trust.
And your aunt is fighting the same fight we are, just to be clear.
Yes, simply on a different front at the moment.
That's right.
So
She's been rather helpful.
while they're talking about that, whenever we see him,
Yeah.
maybe a couple of seconds after, because Ephelien has to register that he's here,
Yeah.
I want to Misty step behind him and try to disarm him.
Nice. Okay.
Because I'm like on a moving vehicle, just want to teleport behind him, and try to take his weapon, try to disarm him.
Okay. Let's see, what would be a good disarm check?
I'm kind of assuming this guy is one of the ones that taught her.
Oh yeah.
So I assume he's her superior. That doesn't necessarily mean she doesn't have a chance to best
Yeah.
him.
Seems stealthy.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying to think of what a good contest roll would even look like there.
Do some kind of dexterity.
Perception.
I feel like it'd be dex for both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Just as a dex contest, probably. Yeah.
Okay, so just straight dex. Or
Yep.
save.
Just straight dex.
Okay.
All right. So you misty step behind him, and you
Mhm.
reach out for his. You reach out like for his under his cloaks and stuff, and he steps just out of reach of your hands, and then teleports behind you.
Nice.
He says, "Well, I have to say that was very fast, but not quite fast enough. Very good though. Very good. You're definitely improving."
That's awesome.
Leapfrog.
I'm out of practice. Everyone here is really slow.
Hmm. Yes, I could tell. I could tell. Oh, it's very good to see you again. He's actually reaching out for a hug.
She just takes it awkwardly,
Very good.
like when your mom hugs you in public and it's kind of embarrassing. Like that.
That's right. That's right. He says, "Oh, it's good to see you again, Ephelien. I know you're not the affectionate type, but it's very nice to see you again." And he's gonna go back from his embrace.
You might not be saying that when you see how long my report is.
Oh, right. Yeah, you've got a report. His enthusiasm starts to like visibly diminish the second you say report. Says, "Well, great. So." He'll turn to the rest of the party, and Cella in particular, and say, "I will have to say, not all of this was exactly your aunt, right? Aunt?"
Not all of what? Sorry.
I'm just saying it wasn't all of her resources. We have our own team of scryers, you know. Every now and then they come up with some useful information. Like, say, the location of Ephelien.
Fair.
I just needed the locate. I just needed to figure out exactly where in the world she was, and that is where your aunt came in. Very handy.
Yes, my aunt can make herself useful at times.
I've been working with these locals. They've been very helpful. It sounds like you've been doing something similar.
Yes, yes. You know, there's some back home who highly discourage interacting with the locals, but I don't know. I think this time, I think we need to take a different approach. I'm glad to see that you've done the same. So,
All right, Omdir, in or out? We're on our way down to Retria. So, would you like to join us on this occasion? You can catch up in the carriage, but we're on a deadline. We're trying to make it by sundown.
well, I suppose I'll be in the city. I really didn't want to have to go inside Retria, to be honest. That's part of why
Sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't care what you do. We're going into the city, so you can either join us or you can stand here and go back to wherever Cella picked you up from.
Well. All right, I suppose I'll get on the carriage then. Aye.
All right, and
He'll just look at Cella and just kind of, ugh.
Two weird-looking elves is going to be a little less strange than one weird-looking elf. So
I guess that's true.
Okay.
all right, so they crawl into the carriage, and I'm still sitting on the
Okay. Oh,
take
right.
off.
Cella says,
okay.
"Welcome to
They
our
can have that conversation on the way.
merry
Don't mind.
band. Welcome to
Ah.
our merry band. We are a happy lot. I'm so glad you could join us."
Yes, I see. You're all very, very happy folks,
And
aren't you?
don't be deceived. The smallest one up there in the front, he is not normally this quiet. He's just doing some sort of a penance right now.
Oh, yes. Yes, in the times I've known gnomes, they are very rarely quiet.
We have a lot of people like Gerbo where I come from. Maybe not exactly like Gerbo, but
I lean over from the top and like into the side, and I just like I whisper to the group, and I'll say, it's nice to meet you, dear. I I imagine we'll be friends. Well, I hope we'll be friends. It seems like this little bunch, I keep doing things to make us not be friends.
Self-deprecation.
Oh, well, sounds like there's a lot of drama going on here.
And
it's fine.
I mouth to Omdir, and I like point my thumb at like Braundir. Like my head's kind of in the carriage so that Braundir can't see it.
Yeah.
And I point to Braundir, and I put like my eyes are like really big, like.
He's just gonna shake his yeah.
They're fine. All right. Do you have any news to tell me? Anything interesting?
Well, as a matter of fact, I do. So, you were made aware of the. I told you to go out and investigate the mountain Durin. Yeah, Durin. Investigate the events there. Start there as a place to kind of get a feel for the land, figure out stuff. Well, I did something similar. Oh, I went around in Polon. I happened upon the Redwoods. I wanted to do my own personal investigations, and I, well, ran across a nice old lady and her associates. So,
Sorry, wait. Did you just say he was in the Redwoods?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And he came across a nice old lady and her associates.
I heard that part. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. How are the Redwoods? What news of home?
Well, a lot less dead wandering around, thankfully.
As it should be.
Yes,
But there are still some undead walking around.
of course. And the necrotic energies are going to take quite some time to dissipate.
Sure, my family will have their work cut out for them.
Well, yes. Sorry, there was a piece of plastic that fell off of something, and I have to figure out. No, I'm going to worry about that later. Anyway, he says, so you became familiar with the. I assume you've been running around, dealing with the temples, right?
Trying, yeah.
Yes. Very good. I have tried to gather some information about this, and called it the outsider. I quite like that term. Very simple. Anyway.
Yes, we've been chasing him around too.
Yes, he seems to be rather slippery, that one.
So far, we're always a step behind.
Yes. Well, I think I might have a little information. Like I said, we have a team of scryers that on occasion find something useful. They found some interesting information regarding some of the temples. First, there is the Temple of Fire, which its location has been lost because, well, the last people to really man it, way back when, used to be the snake folk. UNT, I think?
Oh.
At any rate, I think the location, and he'll probably get one of you guys to pull out your map that you have.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to say, I think it's that island right there.
Wait, I zoomed. I messed up my map. Hold on.
The big question mark island.
The giant island.
Oh, the island.
Interesting.
Okay. Oh, wow. Then we're close. Says Cella.
Yes, that seems to be the case. I don't know if you'll be able to get there quickly or not, but it is there, as far as I know. It'd be very weird if it wasn't. Evidently, also from the Earth Temple, it appears as though a very powerful fiend seems to have come through the portal there already and has, well, killed all the druids.
Oh.
Cella gasps.
There's some that escaped, but our scryers confirmed it. When you do make it to the Earth Temple, you will have something. I think you will have hopefully one enemy to fight there, maybe.
If it's a demon, he's probably got little friends, but the good thing about demons, they're pretty straightforward.
Right. That is
Unlike-
true. At the very least, you know what you're getting, right?
Yeah, unlike some of the other things we've come across.
Yes. It's not the first time I've had to tangle with a demon, but then again, I've got bigger fish to fry, unfortunately.
Amazing.
All of the druids. It's
Yes.
unthinkable.
Yes. Like, Amdir is not really all that phased by a massacre, as he should be.
Right, yeah.
But
kind of emotionally devastated, or like in the sense that he has none left.
right.
Yeah.
And obviously Ephelien's also completely numb to just any loss of life at this point. Practically.
Mostly.
Yeah.
It's on
He
brand.
says, now there's also the business of, what was her name? Thelma, I believe. That is the hag in this area. That is what our scryers were able to pinpoint. She is currently in Shadowheart, though the reasons are unknown. Ephelien, I am going to be going with a team. This is the first time we've attempted this, but we might have a chance here. We're going to try, and me and 4 others, we're going to go and confront Thelma and hopefully defeat her before she can plane hop to wherever else she will go. It seems any within the coven of the Sisters of Night will never stay in one plane for any long period of time. It seems their job is to get the ball rolling and leave.
Is there any way you could lure her somewhere? I'm afraid
Luring her.
that going to the Shadowheart is a very bad idea.
Now, unfortunately, I don't know terribly much about it.
Gerbo, do you remember what you saw in your grandpa's visions?
It's a good. All I remember from from Emmaus's visions, they were very. It was just very sad, and honestly, the biggest thing. Well, I thought Lorson had something to do with it. That's it.
Oh.
Well, one of the most knowledgeable scholars in this world ended up there, and it went very badly for him.
Is that right?
And it does seem like, well, that he's in imminent danger from assassins, but I don't know if it's. Wait, you're not trying to kill him, are you?
What? No. I don't even know who this Emmaus is. Wait.
You don't
on.
know Emmaus?
No, wait, hold on. I've been reading a few tomes, trying to get familiar with some of the world's history. Oh, you mean the Emmaus the Wise, right?
Emmaus the
That one?
Wise. Emmaus the Wise raised me.
I assumed he had a
Oh.
bunch of ghostwriters, but according to Gerbo, he actually wrote all of that.
Wow, impressive. Quite a scholar indeed, then.
If you're looking to educate yourself on this world and you seem to be magical, maybe while you're doing your duties trying to rid this world of the hag, maybe Emmaus could impart to you some knowledge and abilities that, well, if you could get him out of his state, that is.
His state?
Well, I mean, you kind of an elf, so very very fun looking elf. I was born and raised. Well, I was raised around elves, and you look like none I've ever seen. Well, other than Ephelien, but anyways, yes. So he just is in a state where he's aged beyond where you would expect someone to be aged. And his mental state is just sullen and protected. And it's just, it took lots of prying and luck, to be honest, for me to even like see deep in his mind.
I see. Fascinating. Very fascinating.
If you do go out there, Volmer is in charge, and you can tell him that while we were, well, protecting ourselves, we sent you to learn more and protect Emmaus. But if that is not your job here, then feel free to make your way there when you can.
Well, that could prove useful, perhaps. I will admit, I had a lot of misgivings about a direct attack on the Shadowheart. It sounds as if that is a place for a portal. One that
Yeah.
Malcor has thoroughly taken.
He says she's slippery. Maybe trying to lure her into a trap might be worth a try.
Yes, I wish I knew more about Thelma's personality, though.
Well, if you're interested in luring someone into a trap, I could think no one better than someone like Volmer. So studious, and I feel like he could. I feel like he could whip something up for you. And then I
Is this
pull
like a
out
part of like?
my dagger. I pull out Gerbo's dagger, and I say, "Well, Wilmer, he didn't necessarily craft this, but it was an idea of his."
Oh well, he hasn't really. He's just kind of like cataloging that and just not gonna act on that immediately. Anyway.
Well, Auntie sent us to Abdeos to look into what's happening at the Air Temple. Should we continue on that route?
Well, you could go to the Fire Temple, maybe. You could also continue on your way. I don't really know much about. I don't think we got any information on the Wind Temple, if I remember right.
Well, we happen to have a local hero in Abdeos with us, so I think gathering information there might be a little easier.
Oh, that might be correct. Who is the brave hero anyway?
He's our driver.
Oh, the grumpy dwarf. Okay.
Oh, he's just a
You are
normal dwarf.
Eladrin.
All dwarfs are grumpy, it's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. All right. But I wanted to see you in person before I didn't have a chance to, Ephelien.
I mean, before you die.
Well, I wasn't going to be that dark, but yes, there's a very good chance that I will die.
Well, you should not die.
I'll try not to.
Well, you should not die.
How
Shall
very inspirational.
Yep.
That's a
Cella's
Ephelien's way of asking him to
like-
stay.
Chella's been like
What?
very pensive and withdrawn since Omdir mentioned the group of 13 that's going to head out to try and take her on. And she says, Omdir, is Valkyra going with you? Is she among this 13 in your force?
That is something that I have presented as an option. She is yet to commit to it, however.
She must not go, Omdir.
She mustn't?
She must not. If
But why?
Valkyra goes north with you to try and fight this hag, she will die. I know it. And she must not die. She must continue to lead. She must not die. She cannot go with you, Omdir. Please do not allow this. She won't listen to me, but do not take her on in your party.
Allow me to shed a little light. There is no telling how much blood is on this hag's hands. How many worlds have been destroyed because of her directly? This is an opportunity we don't get very often. And if we can manage to destroy one of the three sisters, it would be a massive boon. And we might actually have a chance. I think in this world we have a genuine chance of repelling, perhaps, all that's going on.
Chella just
Have we reached the gates yet, by the way?
Yeah, you guys have now reached the gates. The crowd, Cella, that you saw before has dispersed. However, there are still guards posted. And one of them is just simply gonna... Some of them on top of the walls are gonna hold up their crossbows at you guys. And they're just gonna say, "Halt!"
Braundir's going to stand up and say, "Greetings, guards. This is Braundir the Blight Chaser. Please allow us clearance."
Braundir? Wait, is he that dwarf? I think he is.
Show him your fangs.
Well, I'm going off of my folk hero-ness.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just guessing that maybe that could be part of his folk hero story. This is their
No,
stuff.
actually, it was a more recent addition than that.
Yeah,
Okay.
the fangs happen in the redwoods.
They
Guy
did.
Fieri yelled, "He's got things now! It's awesome!"
And it's then when we see Guy Fieri has been chasing our carriage this entire time.
Yep, he has. Now, part of me wants to imagine that, like, when Omdir teleported behind, like, Cella, and Ephelien. I just like to imagine that guy in the background. Wow, he's fast!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, he's right behind you.
He's gonna get you!
Always like one step behind.
But then the guard says, well, it doesn't really much matter who you are. You're gonna have to go through an inspection. We don't want the scales to get in.
I'm sorry,
Uh-oh.
the scales?
The sickness.
The what?
Great.
Sickness.
No sickness here. We came straight from Amakara.
Doesn't matter. We gotta look over some stuff with you.
You can inspect us. We're not sick.
Braundir's a little frustrated that he's not getting courtesy, but
You know, I
You're
smell-
not.
I look at
concedes.
Braundir and say, "Do they not know who you are?"
If they don't, they will after this.
So the guards come up to the carriage, and they first inspect the horses, and kind of look them over a little bit briefly. The Sebastians, I should say.
Yes, the Sebastians.
The Bastions.
The Bastions.
Right. They're gonna say, well, we're gonna want you to get out of your carriage, stand single file.
Well, that's very convenient, isn't it? How do we know you're real gods?
I mean,
Cella, they're real guards.
I bloody know. I just don't want to get out of the carriage right now. I'm quite comfortable.
Well, I don't want to get out of the carriage either, but sometimes
Amdir immediately just pops out of the carriage.
He's so
Just kinda
bloody
waves
agreeable
to-
all the time, isn't he, Ephelien? So agreeable.
He's good at talking to people. Much
He
better than me.
pops out. The guards just stare at him, and they're like, and they pull up like their spears and stuff when they see him. They're like, okay, this guy looks really weird.
it's fine. It's the spears are not necessary.
We're elves. Elves don't get sick, you know.
Braundir climbs down and says, "They're guards. I've been to Retria. I know the cloak and I know the crest that they wear. Be very difficult to imitate, not intimidate.
Probably not difficult to intimidate, but anyway.
Yeah, imitate. Come on, climb down. Let's get this over with so we can get in. Need some rest."
Chelly very crankily climbs down.
Yeah.
Chili.
I'm getting so sleepy.
Jelly.
Sorry.
That's gonna be
Anyway,
a
they
big
said,
name.
all right, well, that's the weirdest elf I've ever seen. But, all right, I don't know anything about him. So we're just going to go through the inspection as we've been taught. All right. I'm going to need you guys to roll up your sleeves, expose your shoulders.
Gerbo does it.
Braundir does what they ask. Yeah.
Cella
Okay.
does what they ask.
All right, now I'm going to also need you to roll up your leggings, shorts, any of that. We need to see your legs too, all your extremities.
I roll up my leg, my pant leg, and then at the same time I whistle. And then I look around and say, Did you guys hear that?
Showing a little ankle there, Gerbo.
The crowd seems to like it.
Amdir giggles.
Cella rolls up
Anyway,
her pants legs, and her
Okay.
legs are completely covered in runic tattoos.
okay. The guards are unfazed by that.
I make eye
And they
contact.
immediately go about to what they're doing is they're taking their hands, they take off like their gauntlets and stuff. They're taking their hands and kind of pressing down in different parts. of your arms and legs. It seems like they're feeling for something and they're looking at your skin and trying to feel around and say,
Are any of us good at medicine? I'm
Yeah,
not.
I am.
sure.
Do any of us know what they're talking about?
So,
Hey, my skill.
huh. Okay.
Gerbo?
So Gerbo and Cella.
Gerbo's smart.
All right.
Oh, okay. Okay, Braundir. Okay.
Braundir.
Okay. Well,
Wow.
what would round this out is Ephelien critting on medicine check. Anyway,
No, crit fail, you mean?
Roll.
not awful.
Close.
So Cella, what you think they're looking for is you think there might be checking for like growths or abnormalities,
Gotcha.
like in the skin and out of the skin. And you haven't heard of anything called the scale sickness.
Mm.
This is
Okay.
new to you. But you think they, just based off of what they're doing, they're feeling around for different maybe points of infection.
Okay. Palpating. She says, I know plenty about medicine. I've never heard of this absurdity that you're talking about. What is this scale and how do I keep from getting it while I'm in your stupid city?
Right. Well, it's something that originated off of Meraki. And Meraki is here.
The islands.
No, here. Like I'm highlighting
Okay.
it on the map.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The city suspiciously close to the island
Mm-hmm.
where the snake
No.
used to live.
No.
I'm sure it's not
That would-
related.
No, never.
Suspicious indeed.
Anyway, we have to be careful. One of the first signs is the hardening of the skin, the extremities. Then they start getting scales and fever. Then the growths start. And, well, you ever seen a snake explode out of someone before?
Would you be shocked if I said yes?
Yeah, I would be. That's really weird. Anyway,
Where are they at
At
in
the-
relationship to me right now?
like, okay, I'm imagining that you and Braundir are at the front and Cella's probably in the back, like the very back.
Oh yeah.
I
Tell
say
us.
She was the last to get out of the
I look
carriage.
at Braundir. I look at Braundir, and I have my pants pulled down, like my butt is hanging out, facing the
Of
guards.
course.
And I look at Braundir, and I say, "Braundir, do you see anything? I feel like I've got some scales back there." And I'm just like I'm looking at him, and the guards. I'm wondering what the guards do, and I say that.
The guards look. One of them just goes, not again.
Yeah.
What does
Yeah,
Braundir do?
Braundir doesn't respond to that.
What does he not
respond.
respond or anything? Cool.
Doesn't acknowledge Gerbo at all.
Fair.
I'm only like
So-
12 inches taller than him. I saw him take down his pants. I knew what he was doing.
But the guard does one of the guards does say to you, Cella, or actually to the rest of the group, he says, avoid any of the reptiles that explode out of people. That's how it spreads, as far as we know.
How do you know if a reptile's about to explode out of somebody?
The growths.
So you should have said avoid the people with growths. That would have been a lot more bloody useful, wouldn't it have been?
Well, if you're checking people here and you're not letting them in, then how are there people inside with it?
Well, we're trying to prevent that.
You are the worst guards I've ever seen. Are you done
So wait, if we do come across somebody who has this, what are we supposed to do? It feel like that would be helpful information.
Wait, what is Gerbo asking?
Are we supposed to? What are we supposed to do if we come across someone who has the scales? Like we're just supposed to let them be and hope that they don't infect someone?
Notify one of the guards nearest to you. We'll get him in a quarantine zone or off him one of the ships.
Okay.
And where do they go from there on those ships?
There they
Don't
stay.
tell us they kill them.
Nope, they don't kill them. Not at all.
Well, they probably should, but okay. Cella, do you think your magic could heal these people?
Well, I'm not about to try and find out.
Well, we might have to try later, but we'll see.
Cello,
All right. So
they're yanking her leggings down and huffs back into the carriage.
Let's hurry this up.
Yeah,
I sunburn very easily. Let's get this over with.
Okay, so the guards go through further inspections, and they're very hesitant to touch Omdir because of his skin, and the fact that some of his tree-like appearance or leaf-like appearances could look like scales to them. But eventually, they realize that he is what he is, and yeah, they go through the inspections. Obviously, they don't find anything on you guys.
You know, elves can't get sick.
All right.
Elves don't get sick, so we're fine.
One of the guards turns to you. Is that true? I don't know. I haven't heard of an elf getting sick. Have you? I don't think so. Maybe he's right. Anywho, you guys are welcome in Retria. Sorry for the inconvenience.
I'm going to offer all of them boar jerky.
One of them's going to say, "Is that boar jerky?"
It's good.
I love boar jerky.
It's definitely not starting to spoil. It's definitely super good.
Definitely
all right.
Good. The best.
They take the board. Each of them takes a helping of boar jerky.
All right, good.
I will say there's probably 3 or 4 guards. Anyway, the gates are opened up, and you guys are going into Retria.
I'm going to say to Omdir, have you noticed that human cities always smell the worst?
I know. I don't know why that is. I don't think they're particularly dirty. Right?
Well, their cities always smell the worst.
Huh. You know, it's funny. And no offense, but I would say the Druidic circles smell better. Way better.
Cello cracks a teeny smile for the first time in an hour. Of course they do.
I kind of miss the constant smell of smoke trapped inside the underground city in Durin.
Oh yeah, I could see
this
that.
home as well.
Definitely smells better than here.
All right. So I think that probably, unless you guys want to do something else, this might be a good place to stop. Did you guys enter Retria?
Yeah.
I assume we're going to try to get a boat, and then we're going to ask around if anyone knows anything.
Right.
Try to find some of Braundir's groupies.
Yep.
Right.
Braundir's groupies.
Yep.
That's right.
Great.
Cool.
That's right.
Shouldn't be too far away.
Good sesh.
Place.
I guess I should just say that let's see.
Oh my gosh, Indy's just
His
eating
full
this up.
his full name is Amderlos.
Dearlos.
I like it.
What does
Just
it
to make
mean?
it easier from Braundir. Anyway,
Okay.
what were you saying, Brett?
What does it mean?
What's it mean? I think it means. Oh, I forgot. I looked it up. Okay. Let me find.
It's you don't have to do it now, but it means
Yeah.
something.
It does mean something.
Do it.
It does mean. It's two words put together. I think Amdir actually means hope.
Oh, nice.
It's something to do with hope,
Mhm.
That goes along with this.
obviously. Exactly. You see, I'm building themes and stuff.
I like his character.
No. Oh yeah. Needed a good contrast to Ephelien, so he's definitely that.
I need a cheaper character in this group right now.
Mhm. I guess it was a good time for him to show up.
Everyone- Yeah, it's very emo. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I like how the first one wasn't really that emo, given all the like super depressing storylines. Anyway,
Mhm.
Right.
but
We're-
yes,
We're at a low point emotionally in the campaign.
Amderlos.
It'll be different.
Yeah, like yeah, like, and I mean, I wanted him to be kind of goofy, absent-minded a little bit, you know.
Geeky Indy. Oh my gosh. Look at cute
Oh my God,
Indy.
it's
I
so
love
cute.
his ears so much.
What a floof.
Yep, good floof. Yeah, it
Hello,
does.
Indy. Yours gets so crazy.
Squirm. Little squirmy butt.
So cute. So cute. Good session.
I really liked how like Braundir really came back with fire on Gerbo, man.
Yeah, it was good.
That
Yeah.
was some good. That was good, Zach. That was some good.
Oh yeah, that was good role playing in the beginning there. It was so cringy. I like needed a bucket of popcorn to munch.
That's right. It's dramatic.
It was pretty great.
Oh yeah.
You were a pretty quiet Gerbo this session.
Yeah, that's. I feel like that fits this.
Yeah. You got a couple of wisecracks though.
It's true. Very true. That's right. Someone's gonna have to fill you in on what exactly Amderlos was saying. Well, there was also the random weirdo dressed up that just appeared in front of you. Yeah, after that, yeah.
Get filled in over drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Braundir likely
Right.
doesn't care. He's just
And
trying to
it's
get to the next place.
and yes, basically the Rangers that Ephelians are part of, when they get higher level, they just become DBZ characters. I'm just saying.
Just teleport around.
Like Ephelion will be doing that later in the campaign. It's going to be very
Definitely.
silly.
So great. That's gonna be awesome. Effie's already super awesome.
Yeah.
No wave.
Yes.
Cool. Cool.
So let's go ahead and plan for the next session.
Yeah, let's do. I think I'm
well-
on call Tuesdays this month.
Okay.
But other than that, we're pretty open.
Okay.
What about Mondays or Wednesdays?
Yeah, I could do either next Monday or next Wednesday.
Yep.
Looks like we
We
actually.
can.
No, I just put it on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Monday or Wednesday works for me.
That?
But both of those work for me as well. Sydney.
Great. Let's go with Monday, I guess.
Okay.
If that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because I do have the Badlands campaign tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah,
Cool.
space it out a little bit.
Got it on the Cali.
Fun.
I mean, Brett and I never have any other social engagements. These are our social engagements.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much right now. It's pretty true.
So,
We always look forward to this too.
It's so fun.
oh yeah.
It's always
At
I
least-
do have. I do have news to share with y'all.
Yeah.
I will be doing an interview with Fayetteville sometime next week.
Oh wow.
cool.
It's happening. Congratulations.
So I got a call.
It only took forever.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
COVID has thrown a bunch of cities off on their hiring and budgets.
I'm sure.
So
Oh yeah.
Fayetteville notwithstanding. So yeah, I'll be this week and next week. I'm working on a big presentation for Scorp, like the next steps
Wow.
and potential handoff. And yeah, I'll be doing an interview sometime next week. I'll find out on Monday.
Wow. So what's the position?
What
the
what
exact
tie are you going to wear?
Yeah, good
Real
question.
question.
I didn't even think
Asking
about what I'm
hard
going to wear
questions.
in the interview.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's over Zoom. Yeah, so
Nice.
it'll be for a park planner working for the city of Fayetteville.
Cool.
So I won't be doing any recreation stuff. I'll be actually doing landscape architecture work, doing like park design, trail design, um,
Wow.
pretty
Man.
much all the cool things to make Fayetteville cool.
That's
It'd
so
be-
good. That would be a great
That's
job for
amazing,
you.
Zach. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a really
running.
unique opportunity.
It would be a huge step in my career for sure to work in such a
Yeah.
incredible city and learn underneath some really great people. And it could be a long-term job. It could be a stepping stone. We'll see.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Northwest Arkansas is insane. It's so awesome up there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that would be really cool.
Yeah. Well, that will be a big decision if they offer you the job. I'm sure they will. You're going to do great with the interview.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll have to. We'll see. We've been waiting on this since February, so Sydney and I
Yeah.
are kind of, especially Sydney, she's just ready to know because we were looking at where we want to buy a house and
Yeah.
start a family and all that stuff, and so
Yeah.
this has kind of been in limbo. But yeah, just kind of, it's exciting. It's sad to think about leaving Little Rock, but it's very exciting. So
Yeah.
Job interviews suck.
yes,
They do. They do.
so
But you'll do great. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
yeah, it should be really cool.
Selfishly, Gareth and I are always going to be going back to Central Arkansas to see family, so we'll always see our friends there, but we want to end up in Northwest Arkansas, and selfishly, we would be really happy to have another friend up there. So
Yeah, no, that'd be great. I thought I remember you saying that, so I told Sydney, I was like, well, Chet and Gareth may end up there.
like 7 years from now.
Yeah, it's a long-term thing for sure.
Eventually.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Well, we'll find out, but yeah, that's news to share.
All right.
So,
Cool.
Well, Brett, Drew, do you guys have anything big?
Nothing that big, no. It's been
Yeah.
basically, just trucking along. I mean, I know Brett's gonna half kind of work remotely. I mean,
It's
we
going to
already
be exactly the
mentioned
same as it is now, basically.
that. Right, except you get to work with a laptop every other week, I guess.
Not really. There won't be anything to do on it.
Oh, that's true.
I get to have a laptop sitting on my desk. That's about it.
Yep.
Nice.
I'm getting my MBA. Are gonna start.
Okay.
I have to take the GMAT, so I'm studying to take the GMAT.
Oh yeah, I remember doing that.
yikes.
Wait, GMAT, was it GMAT?
It was
Or
GRE.
GRE.
Yeah, GMAT's just for
I took the
business.
GRE.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I remember taking the GRE.
Yes, I'm so proud of little Gareth.
Yeah.
He's been figuring out which programs to apply to and what all he needs to do.
Yep. So
Yep.
very
Yep.
exciting.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's a huge deal. Getting your what to call him Master Gareth.
Master.
Gareth.
Master
Oh
Gareth.
man. Well, then I would be Master Drew.
Master Drew.
That's right.
Game Master.
Master
Yeah,
and
Game Master.
Dungeon Master Drew.
Mhm.
Game Master.
Well, I'm a master for many. I'm a master for many reasons.
you should see his puppet collection.
Yes, of course.
We are the puppets.
You mean my NPC? You mean my NPCs? Those are my puppets.
It's amazing.
I was
Oh,
making
yeah.
a Metallica reference, but yes, of course.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, that too.
Now.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we're all slowing
Appreciate
down.
y'all.
But
Yeah, it's an early morning for me. So good to see you guys.
Mhm.
Good session.
Yes.
Bye.
hasta
Bye.
luego.
I
Yep. See you guys next week.